All right, guys, we are here live on Facebook and YouTube. It is season 2 of the Omega Sports Show. I am Del with Omega Sports. I'm joined by Saucony's brand expert, Aleighsha. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, Del.
Hey, Del. Hey there. So thanks for joining us. So I just have to say this is season 2 for the Omega Sports Show, formerly known as the Mega Wellness Show. Don't worry, we will always have wellness segments in our shows, but this is now being rebranded as the Omega Sports Show, a new time, a new day on Wednesdays, and still the same old host and the same old hat. So I just wanted to let people know that we've made some adjustments. We are going to be on Facebook and YouTube live going forward every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. And then, of course, we will replay at 10 o'clock, our former time slot, on Facebook and YouTube, but we'll also add Instagram because a lot of folks have asked us, why don't you show the show on Instagram? So for all of our Instagram followers, we will be on Instagram with the full show on Saturdays at 10 o'clock. Aleighsha, we are excited to have you on here. We're kicking off our season 2. We took a little bit of a hiatus, but you were back and we are in full effect with Saucony. It has been a Saucony blitz for us at Omega Sports.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here and give everyone some. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we call it Seriously Saucony. So I hope that you see that Omega Sports is serious about our Saucony fanship.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of posts, so excited to hear more after this.
Yeah. Well, so real quick, so Aleighsha, you obviously are a brand expert at Saucony. You cover both the North Carolina and the South Carolina market. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah. So both of the Carolinas, super warm.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, you get to work with our wonderful active play experts in our neighborhood sports stores. How wonderful is it for you to be able to work with our neighborhood experts?
Yeah, it's been a weird time with COVID, but every time I connect with them through the phone or email or Zoom, they're super excited and they're always wanting to learn more. So it's always exciting to work with people that are hungry for knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's definitely something you can expect at Omega Sports. We definitely want to work with the brands to get all the knowledge. We want to soak up as much knowledge as we possibly can because we have some huge fans of Saucony. And of course, we have Daisy, who is our quote unquote host of our Seriously Saucony series that is coming out. Don't worry, we've been working on it for a while now, but we are going to be launching it. This is kind of a preview to all the love and fanship that we have for Saucony. But Daisy's going to be on the show later today. She's going to talk about some exciting new arrivals that are happening in our stores with the Icon Pack collection, which I know you'll also talk about as well, Aleighsha.
Yeah, we have some exciting things to show.
Yeah. And then, of course, the reason we're serious about Saucony is because you guys really have done such a good job. I have to say, I feel like since 2019, if you will, I feel like our fanship for Saucony has gone even higher. And we've got a quick shout out from Benjamin Freeman. Of course, you know Benjamin over in Wilmington. He says, I am loving the Kinvaras. The Power Run foam gives me super lightweight, responsive ride. Say hi, Benjamin.
I'm loving it. That's exciting to hear.
Absolutely. So he's already kind of sneak previewed the fact that people are loving the Kinvaras. But of course, we've got the new Endorphin lines that I see blowing up everywhere. It's on almost every runner's Instagram feed. They are, I don't care what brand they've been running in, whether they've been with Saucony forever or they've been running with other brands, they're adding in that Endorphin line.
Yeah, the Endorphins, super exciting. I know we're going to talk about them. And for example, mine got a little bit dirty the other day because I had to run through a river, but luckily they're speedy fast.
Yeah, for those that are watching, you have no idea. We have to do a little prep before the show. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I had to run with this run club and I meant to clean them. And I was like, are you kidding? That's exactly what those shoes are for, right?
Yeah, all the miles.
Yeah, people don't know that you went through a river, though. I don't know if we would recommend you go through the river.
No, not at all.
Yeah. All right. Well, Aleighsha, I'm going to have you hang out for a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of a mega news, and then we're going to bring you back, and we're going to kick off our Seriously Saucony section.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I should say segment, not section. All right. So it is a new season for Omega Sports, but of course, nothing changes. We've got some Omega news, so I want to make sure that we are keeping you guys informed with all the wonderful things that are happening at Omega Sports. It is 2021. If I haven't said Happy New Year and all the emails that I've sent, you're watching the show for the first time, Happy New Year and welcome. It is a fantastic time for us. We are excited about our spring arrivals. Of course, if you've been getting emails from us, then you know that we have been clearing out some end of season stuff. So now's the time to take advantage of huge savings, 45 to 75% off. Today, I just released an additional 15% off on all of that end of season clearance that's in our stores, because we got to make way. We got to get it out of the doors, because we got to make way for all the new spring arrivals. Our buying team has done a great job. There's some fantastic things coming to the stores within days, within weeks, within the springtime. You guys will be really excited, but definitely take advantage of some great savings now on some of the end of season clearance. It's an additional 15% off. You can see your local neighborhood sports store and they will show you what exactly is extra 15% off. You should know, because you'll see it's already marked down tremendously and you're going to say, wow, I can take another 15% off of that. And that you can. Again, we talked about spring. I want to let you know now's the time. We've got new arrivals coming. It seems like every day. We've got New Balance, we've got Brooks, we've got On, we've got Hoka One One, and of course we have Saucony. We have lots of new arrivals both in footwear and some fantastic new apparel pieces that I'm excited about. So definitely make sure you're shopping in our neighborhood sports store. The weather is good. Get on out there. Let's say no to any more 30-degree days, and let's say yes to all those 60 to 70-degree days that are out there. Because you know what? We've had a hard year last year with a lot of things shut down, but we are open. We are here to serve you and keep you shopping safely and get you ready for spring sports. We've got soccer. We've got tennis. All of our experts have been ramping up to get this merchandise to you guys. Our buyer for sports, or I should say our head of play, Mark Cottle's done a great job of making sure that we are ready to get you guys geared up from toe to head. Let's go reverse there. Toe to head for soccer and of course for tennis. So make sure that you are checking out your neighborhood sports store. And of course you can always go to omegasports.com. Lots of great deals, fantastic selection. In fact, sometimes even more selection online. And then, of course, I want to do a quick shout out. We have a new ambassadorship program that we are launching. We've already selected a large number of folks, so we will be releasing those announcements in the coming weeks. And of course, we'll have a lot of those ambassadors on the show with us for the new Omega Sports show season. All right. So that's our Omega news. Really, the headline here is you got to go to the stores. You got to make sure that you're taking advantage of that extra 15% off of our end of season clearance. And then, of course, check out all the new arrivals. Always check your emails, guys. If you don't see your emails and you know you've signed up, make sure you go over to that promo or promotions box in your email. Check your spam out. Make sure you're making sure that you're getting it in your inbox, because you never know. I'm going to drop a great MegaFlex coupon. I'm going to let you know about a fantastic sale that's happening with shoes. I've got shoes right now that are $65 off. You don't want to miss that. There's Scott right there saying, yes, I like it, Scott. Thanks for joining us in the afternoon, our new time slot. Thanks for joining us. All right. So now I want to go ahead and that's enough of Mega News. This is really all dedicated to Saucony. So I want to go ahead and play a quick video from our friends at Saucony, so that way we can just follow that up with Aleighsha sharing some really great technical and informative information about these fantastic running shoes.
I guess in a sense I was born to run. Early on, not a lot of people were running. By mid-82, 83, 84, there was the groundswell in running. There was an incredible loyalty to Saucony. When people put the Saucony shoes on and stood up, they would say, yes, that's the shoe I want, the shoe I want. I had done everything I could to prepare for the race of my life. This was the moment that I had lived for. Mile 25, I was the hunter, and he was the hunted. Yes, I was catching them. I ran, and I ran, and I won.
2:07 unofficially, and he hits the pavement at the end.
All right. Well, Aleighsha, if there couldn't be a better way to get more seriously Saucony than watching a video like that. I want to thank you for sharing that video with us. How cool was that?
Yeah, it was super exciting. I know that's one of our big facts is Rod Dixon in the marathon back in 1984 when he won it, and he was actually a key contributor to some of our creations back then. So really exciting.
Yeah. Well, of course, now we're going to go from Mr. Dixon over to you because you're going to teach us and inform us about some fantastic models of Saucony. And what for the folks that are watching, I just want to see your comments. I want to see your love for Saucony. Tell us what models you're excited about so Aleighsha can talk more about them. If you have a question about Saucony, feel free to shoot her some questions in our comments as well. But I know you have some goodies with you. So let's talk some footwear here. What shoes do you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's dive into the Endorphin series. It's the most exciting. So quickly to just start with the Pro. I know this is one everyone's excited to get their hands on. This is what's going to make you take your run or that race to the next step. So quickly going through, just talking about the shoe from the upper on down. So you're going to have this really ultra lightweight upper with that engineered mesh, very minimal overlays to give you that kind of track spike race day feel so that you feel like you can leave everything out on that pavement. This is part of our FORMFIT technology too. So it's going to lock you in. So when you're tackling those fast miles, you're not going to experience any type of slippage. Going on down into the midsole, this is what everyone talks about. Our cushion mixed with the plate and the way that we form this actually creates a SPEEDROLL technology. So SPEEDROLL is this elevated cushioning with a stiff forefoot that you'll actually find throughout the whole Endorphin series. So SPEEDROLL's huge, but then it even dives deeper into the cushion. So we have Power Run PB, which I love to call Power Run Personal Best because it's our best cushion. It's going to help you get to that best race PR or your personal best. So we have Power Run PB, which is a PEBA-based cushion. And sitting inside of that, we actually have a carbon fiber plate to give you that snappy responsiveness so that, again, you're just hitting the ground and bouncing right back forward. So really exciting with the Pro. And I'm seeing people coming through saying they're loving the colorways.
Yeah, I have to make a comment. Scott beat us to it, but Scott knows he likes his color. So I definitely I appreciate him pointing that out because I was going to say, you can't just hold up a shoe like that. Yes, you're getting technical. Yes, we call it shoe geeking out on, right? And I heard things like the power roll and the shoe, all that stuff is important. But let's talk about how they look. Because not only do they make you go fast, I mean, that SPEEDROLL, I've heard like runners who've come to Omega for years now just talking about the endorphins and that SPEEDROLL technology. But I have to say, those shoes sure do look good on our walls.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the color. So fun fact about Saucony, we actually have a color team specific now that is bringing out all of these exciting colorways. So be sure to expect more of this from us.
Yeah, they really do jump out. I should say I love them on the walls, but I love them on people's feet even more, obviously. But yeah, people have taken notice of the design and the color, but then of course they try them on. That's a big key for Omega Sports, is to make sure that you try on your shoes, we get you fitted correctly, we hear your goals of what kind of runner you are. And the nice thing about Saucony is that that's not just one shoe with that color. That's what I want to say is like your team has really done a good job of making all of the shoes, no matter what type of runner or what type of shoe you need, you still have that pop and burst of color.
Yeah, to make everyone feel fast and exciting when they put them on to get kind of those endorphins flowing before you start the run.
Yeah. And Cleo's in our chat right now. She's saying she loves her Saucony Endorphins. I have to say, you know, if I had to have a quick 5K run between Cleo Fawcett and Daisy on who was telling me about the endorphins and who was picking the newest, hottest shoe of the season, I have to say our head of apparel, Cleo, was right up there with Daisy.
Yeah, I have to say those two, every time I speak to them, the excitement literally radiates from them to me because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so excited. I'm getting more excited. So
yeah. And of course, Cleo loves her bright colors, so she's coordinating head to toe with those bright colors.
That's awesome.
That was, I'm going to recap. That was the Speed, is that right?
Pro.
Oh, Pro.
So your race day shoe. Yeah. But going into the Speed, again, I fully apologize. I had to run through mucky mud and then a river. So they kind of got cleaned off, but I'm putting these to all the tests. So the Speed is my baby. It's my go-to shoe. I know everyone's obsessed with this shoe because like the Pro, it gives you that SPEEDROLL technology. You're going to have a plate and you have that Power Run PB cushion that takes in all of the impact and almost springs you forward. But this shoe's more versatile. So going into kind of like my shoe nerd technology, you're going to have even more of a prominent heel collar here to lock you in again. You're going to have a little bit more to the upper. So it's still going to be nice, lightweight, and breathable, but you're going to have a little bit more so you know you can tackle a lot of training miles in these. Going into the cushion, like I said, you have that Power Run PB just like your Pro, but sitting inside of this, you actually will have a nylon plate compared to the Pro with the carbon fiber. So the nylon plate, what that produces is it adds just a little bit more flexibility to the shoe so that it can be more versatile. So for example, I wear these for my long runs because the obvious reason they make you go faster so you can get those done with quicker. Mm-hmm. And then I love them for my speed days because that's what initially they were made for, is that speed workouts. But fun fact, I actually wear these sometimes as a recovery day shoe as well because of that Power Run PB and that SPEEDROLL technology. When your legs are just hurting, this springs you forward so you don't have to do any of the work and your legs are just kind of floating along the earth.
Yeah, I can tell you in spending time with our active play experts and our market leaders like Daisy, she always talks about that kind of rolls you forward movement, which of course a lot of our experts will share with folks when they come into the stores. The knowledge that you're sharing, Aleighsha, obviously that isn't just knowledge for the tech reps or the brand reps. You're sharing all that knowledge with all of our active play experts and market leaders, correct?
Correct. And that's why when customers come in the store, they're going to get the same knowledge that I can give them because you have people like Daisy who just retains it and can spit it right back out to you and make sure they're finding a shoe perfect for your needs, whether you're running, walking, racing, all of that. So definitely trust those active play experts. They know what they're saying.
Yeah, I actually need to make a note to our producer. I need to say, last season we had our Insta phase. We need to bring that back because I will tell you, we get tagged in a lot of posts where they say, I want to thank Daisy for introducing this shoe to me, or I want to thank Ben for introducing this shoe to me. Thank Cleo, thank Tom, thank Rashawn, they're thanking our active play experts because they really were introduced to the technology and the shoe, and perhaps they were maybe previous fans of Saucony and now they've fallen even more madly in love with Saucony, or they're new to Saucony, which is even better and exciting for us.
Yeah, which is always exciting, like especially since you guys carry so many different brands that they can be experts in all areas is huge. And that's why the communities, I love you guys and trust you.
Absolutely. Okay. And then there's one more there's one more Endorphin that you wanted to talk about, correct?
Yeah, so I know Daisy's favorite colorway, and I'm sure Cleo's with the bright, and then I have the men's in this new colorway for the bright future. So this is the Endorphin Shift. This is your everyday endorphin. This is what's going to help you tackle all of those miles, taken all of the impact with this thick foam on the bottom. And overall, I love this shoe. This is my go-to trainer right now between the ride as well. So going through it, this is going to be a lot more shoe compared to your Pro and Speed, but the sense is that you're going to be doing all of those build-up training miles in this. So going through, you're going to have that FORMFIT technology again. You can see this kind of TPU based around the heel, again, to lock you in so you're ready to tackle those miles. You're going to have this dual layer mesh that's going to be super breathable, and it's also going to add durability, so the shoe's not going to break down as quickly over time. And then going into these fun overlays, it's not just for looks, it's also there to provide structure to the shoe. So again, it's going to wrap your foot like a 360-degree hug all the way around. Now going into this foam, again, all of the Endorphin lines has that SPEEDROLL technology, which is that elevated cushioning and a stiff forefoot. That's what gives you that propelling forward feel. So we actually have power run cushioning in this. This is our everyday EVA foam that's going to be nice, lightweight, and soft underfoot. Going into this, you're going to have so much cushion. This is actually a lower drop than your Pro and your Speed. So it's going to be a 4mm drop, which what that means is your heel's just going to be a little bit closer to the ground with your toe. And this is what gives you kind of that speedy feel. So when you hit the ground, you're like, oh, time to get going again. And I really want to just call out the medial side. So this is not only for neutral runners, but we made this little TPU posting here to also provide a little bit of added stability since it is such a strong cushion shoe. So if you need a little bit of stability, if you pronate a little, this is also a great shoe to help tackle many miles. So that's the Endorphin Shift.
Yeah, and I will say that Endorphin Shift has not only, did you say this is your go-to? I mean, it really has been our go-to for our active play experts. When folks are coming in, it doesn't really matter what they're looking for. If they're looking to move more, then we bring out that shoe because one, it looks great, and two, there's so much good technology to talk about that runners just get really excited about. Even if you're not like a marathon runner, if you're just a run clubber, if you will, this shoe has been the go-to for a lot of our active play experts.
Yeah, and like I said, it's great for an everyday model. Sometimes when I have an 8-month-old puppy, when I just want to get him to go run a half mile, I'll quickly throw these on because you can still get going crazy fast with that SPEEDROLL technology. So wherever you're at with your running or walking, it's a great little add-in like pep to your step.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold up the men's, it's called the Black Future, is that right?
Bright Future.
Bright Future, there you go.
Yeah, super exciting.
It's good. I bet you Scott's over there going, I want that one. Or he might want that pink one. I'm not sure. He likes them bright. All right. Okay. So before we get too far off, you know, we are absolutely kind of throwing it back. We've been teasing it for a while to the what we call the Mega 80s, right? We're going to go Mega 80s madness pretty soon in March. Because thanks to you guys are doing something really creative and special. Now, we talked about all these bright colors. We talked about all this fantastic new technology to make people go faster. But you guys are really celebrating your 40th anniversary of an iconic shoe called the Jazz.
Yeah, correct. And it's being brought into our faster shoes, which is exciting. It's bringing a kind of a casual look along with speed.
Yeah, so if you've been following us on social media, if you've been checking out our emails, you know that we've been super excited about this new line. They've arrived and they've been flying off the shelves. So make sure you're getting to your neighborhood sports store. You're going to our website. And I know our producer keeps putting up saucony.omegasports.com. If you're looking for any of these shoes, you can go to saucony.omegasports.com. But let's talk about the Icon Pack. And before we do, I'm going to bring in Daisy, our market leader, who of course we brought up several times already in this conversation. I know she wished she could be on here talking about her love for the Endorphins, but I know that she's going to be talking about the Endorphins when it's related to this new Icon Pack collection that you guys have done to really kind of celebrate the Jazz's 40th anniversary. So let's take a quick look at Daisy's video.
Hey guys, I'm Daisy, a market leader at Omega Sports in North Hills, and I want you to imagine with me that it's 40 years ago and the hair's really big and the phone cords are really long and you actually have to roll down your window to rock out to some Van Halen. And imagine how crazy the style was, how iconic the pieces were, that you still have that like amazing nostalgia and love for. And imagine that you could bring that to today into your like favorite running shoes. Well, Saucony has brought back the Saucony Jazz to their like current running shoes. So the Saucony Jazz is this iconic lifestyle trainer that comes in all different colors, but originally came in this really pretty navy with this cool silver Saucony swoosh. And Saucony did such a cool thing, and they made it onto all of their like really popular running shoes. So this is the Speed. This is one of their like high tempo, snappy, responsive shoes that has a lot of cushion and a nylon plate for really like responsive feel. And it looks so cool. This is like the iconic Saucony Jazz logo. It has like all that really retro style to it. And they did that on a lot of different shoes. So they also have like the Endorphin Shift, which is my personal favorite. It's a longer distance shoe, has a really thick, really stiff midsole for a lot of protection for your foot. We have the Kinvara, we have the Peregrine, and we'll even have the Endorphin Pro, which is their like racing shoe that I'm super excited about.
All right, I just got to say, how could you not buy a shoe from Daisy?
She's a good salesperson.
Absolutely. Trained well by you, Aleighsha. Obviously, she was dropping some knowledge for each one of those shoes. And I'm going to give you a chance to, because I know you've got some of the Icon Endorphins with you as well. So I want to give you a chance to talk more about them. And then more importantly, the Kinvara, which of course she didn't have on the video. But first, I just got to say, you know, holding it up on video is not going to do it justice. As much as it looks great on camera, I'm telling you, if you see these shoes in person, you're going to actually take notice. They are some jazzy looking shoes, if I may.
Oh my gosh, yeah. When we saw the images at our brand conference last year, we were all like, oh my gosh, these look amazing. And then once you actually get them in person, it's even more exciting. So I know Daisy, she talked quickly about the Shift and the Endorphin Speed. So this is the Shift. And you can really just see like all of the accents that we put in. We really covered every detail, from just giving you kind of that original effect from our Jazz, which was a shoe created back in 1981. So again, we're celebrating that 40th anniversary. And I love that we even added the Jazz little tongue logo here. So again, we just hit all the details. So this is your Endorphin Shift, which we talked about is that everyday running shoe, which just gives you all of that energy. Then the Speed. I'm even more excited about this because, again, the details, we really call out like that aluminum effect, bringing back that silver and blue, which are our iconic colorways. And again, just those accents on the tongue, just giving you kind of that sleek style. So say you finish a run and you want to go grab a drink, you can wear these and still look casual. So this is your Speed and Shift. And then, like Del said, we can dive into the Kinvara. Do you want me to shoe nerd out on the Kinvara now?
I do, but before we do, I want to make a really big point, if I may. Big point. Even though you guys are throwing it back to the style of the Jazz, which looks super, super sophisticated, cool, retro. I want a pair. I want to be able to go out in them. They look cool. It's right on trend. But you guys did not go back. You didn't throw back your technology. I mean, if you're buying an Icon Shift or an Icon Speed or Pro, you're getting the actual shoe. You're just getting it dressed in the new Icon kind of throwback Jazz version, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So it's like we're bringing the future technology to you with bringing kind of that retro vintage look to the shoe. So very exciting.
Yeah. So if you want your shoe to look a little bit more casual, a little bit more retro, have a little bit more of a hip feel to it, you're not going backwards. You don't have to buy a casual shoe. You can continue to keep going forward with this kind of cool version that you guys have developed here.
Yeah. So again, like you're getting that original look with a Speed feel underneath.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kinvara 12. This is a new update for us. It's been out for about a month now. We're super excited. So the Kinvara, as you can see, we're bringing that icon package to it, but also we're bringing it to become, again, that fast, lightweight trainer that everyone knows about. So to kind of bring you guys back into the shoe, the type of customer it's perfect for is somebody that's either training for a half marathon, 5K, really any type of race. This is a great lightweight trainer as well as race day shoe. And not only for that, but say if you enjoy doing other fitness classes, such as like Orange Theory Fitness, this is perfect for that because you have that 4mm drop, which is going to make it easier to kind of do that side to side motion as well as the forward running motion. So going into the Kinvara updates, again, I know everyone's heard me talk about FORMFIT nonstop, but our FORMFIT technology is really what makes this shoe hug your foot. So it's that 360-degree fit. We updated this heel to really lock you in. We gave you this premium tongue that is actually going to be stitched in. I know you can't really see it on here, but this is why you got to go down to Omega and try them on. So the tongue is going to give you that race day feel where it's going to hug around, be nice, lightweight, and that goes along with the whole upper. So it's going to feel like that lightweight race day feel. Going into the cushion, you actually have your midsole, which is power run cushioning, just like your Endorphin Shift here. So same exact cushion, just slimmed down a bit to, again, give you a little bit more of a responsive ride underneath your foot. A huge update that I love to call out on this is even though we have exposed power run on the outsole, we actually made the outsole more durable and give you stronger traction. How we did that is we just brought these lugs a little bit closer knit together, again, to strengthen that durability and traction out of these. So this is the new Kinvara 12, which especially in this Jazz or Icon package, super exciting looking.
Yeah, they definitely look good. I'm going to throw back to earlier in the show. We had Ben out of our Wilmington neighborhood store talk about his love for the Kinvaras. You know, throwing it back in a nice little retro kind of 80s style, I think makes it even cooler. But yeah, updates to this particular shoe, we have heard not only on our calls, like, you know, we have team meetings and we celebrate new arrivals, and everyone has been super excited about this particular new enhanced Kinvara. I know our head of running, Dan Keller, was very excited to get them in, and of course is one of the core reasons why we have the Icon Pack in our stores now.
Yeah, and I'm glad you guys got your hands on them. I know that we had a lot of stores take advantage of them, and like you said earlier, like they are going fast because everyone wants something they can wear around as well as run out the door in. So
yeah, Aleighsha, just go like this when I say no other store is selling these.
Yeah,
no other store is selling these. It's just Omega Sports.
Just
We're the
Omega.
only ones that you'll get the Icon Pack from.
Yeah, head over to Omega. They have the good inventory.
There you go. All right. Well, so, you know, before we move on, I know, of course, Saucony has some tried and true favorites that I definitely want to make sure that we're talking about today. But before we do, just a little bit more on the Icon. Daisy, and a little bit more on Daisy. Daisy's got a special event that she's been working on with her team over in North Hills, and I'm going to let her introduce it, and then you and I can talk a little bit more about it.
So in honor of the new Icon colorway for the Endorphin line and some of their other trailblazing shoes, pun intended on the peregrine, we are hosting a big event this Saturday, March 6th. It's going to be a Saucony scavenger hunt. It's going to take place all over North Hills. You can come anytime between noon and 5 o'clock to participate. We will be having a costume contest to celebrate the seriously rad 80s. We will be having an 80s themed costume contest, and the best 80s costume on Saturday will win a very big prize. So get out your leg warmers and your sweatbands and bring all the attitude you have. And we're going to be giving away lots of shoes and all kinds of little goodies and gift cards. It's going to be a seriously Saucony time. Hope to see y'all there.
All right, well, that's your tease and your info of welcoming everyone in the Triangle area to our North Hills location. Daisy's got some fun things planned. She's worked with our team in marketing to make sure that it's a fun day. It's a scavenger hunt. You're going to be going all over North Hills. It's an 80s theme, so you can dress up. I haven't really quite decided if it's going to be Bruce Springsteen. I don't know who it's going to be. Maybe I might do Bill and Ted. I don't know. But Aleighsha, who are you going to go as? I know you're going to be kind of virtually participating. So tell us, who would be your 80s go-to costume?
Oh man, this is when my millennial side's gonna come out. I have not thought that far ahead, but I can definitely get some leg warmers on and some neon colors. I feel that sounds about right.
You're right. I don't actually remember the 80s. I don't know. Do some Googling because, I rely on Google because I'm a millennial and I can't do anything without my Google or my search engines. Yeah, so we'll have a good time. We were actually, just a quick note, we were going to do an 80s trivia game with you, but then we realized you would not probably do well.
I would probably embarrass myself and my Saucony team.
I would probably over-index with really phenomenal 80s questions, and then you would under-index the fact that you have what I'm talking about. So we mixed it. But on Saturday, I think we will have some fun trivia. And then I think throughout the day, we'll have some fun things. So if you are interested, all you got to do is obviously check your emails, stay on our social media, keep checking your social media. We'll release some more information soon. And of course, you can go to the North Hill store. They've got some information there at the store that they can talk to you guys about so that you can get signed up. I mean, it's a safe event. They've thought of all of the COVID requirements and obviously things that we want to do to stay safe, but it should be fun. It should be at your own pace. Fun challenges. It should be a fun day. But yeah, it's our Seriously Saucony's 80s March Madness scavenger hunt. It's a lot to say.
Yeah, and I can definitely vouch for it. I know Daisy and I, when we were starting thinking about it, it was just super exciting planning with her. So especially in North Hills, it's a fun area. So get out there and go.
Yeah. And of course, more importantly, you get to actually touch the shoes, see the shoes, you get to try on the shoes, and that's obviously a good thing. And then of course, you may run away with some shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So we've talked about the Endorphins. Again, everyone's talking about them. We love them. We are so excited that Saucony has that line. But of course, if you're a Saucony fan, then you know about these next shoes that Aleighsha is going to be talking about.
Yeah, so I have a few more for you guys. So the first one I want to talk about is my go-to shoe when I need that recovery day, that perfect walking shoe, just something that's going to provide a lot of plush cushion, and that would be the Triumph. So the Triumph overall is a great shoe. So again, I'm going to shoe nerd out for you guys. So going through the shoe, again, we've talked about FORMFIT technology. We are going to have FORMFIT technology, which is that 360-degree fit or that 360-degree hug around your foot. You're going to have engineered mesh with these 3D printed overlays to give you structure as well as style. And this is one shoe that we really brought out all the stops to make it look premium and really give it that distinct Saucony look. So if my lighting was a little bit better, you could see that we have this suede on the tongue. Again, we just really call out the logos and make it nice and sleek, where the shoe with a lot of cushion still looks and feel fast. So that's enough on the upper. Going into the actual cushion. So Saucony provides a topsole of their shoes. So if you lift up the insole in their shoes, you can see, you'll know when it has topsole because you'll see this yellowish greenish material. So in things like the Ride, the Guide, and especially the Triumph, you have Power Run Plus topsole. What this does is Power Run Plus is this luxurious plush cushion that feels like you're running or walking on clouds because it takes in all of the impact. And then it goes into the actual midsole as well. Backstory, I love this shoe, especially for people that may be experiencing injuries such as shin splints, plantar fasciitis. My mom had bad plantar fasciitis for about 3 years. When I started this job, I got her 2 pairs of these, one for work because she's a nurse and one for at home because if there's any moms watching, you know that moms never stop moving. So that after I think about a month of wearing these and taking care and making sure she's rotating her shoes, plantar fasciitis went away. So great shoe for that too if we have anyone watching that suffers from that.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
want to quickly just, I want to echo what you just said. That Triumph has really been a go-to shoe for a lot of folks who come in, either post-injury or I've had plantar fasciitis before, I never want it again. Daisy shared some really great stories about her bout, if you will, with plantar fasciitis and her love for this shoe. And obviously some others, but definitely the Triumph has been a go-to for folks that are in need of that extra layer of cushioning, or that kind of what you said, kind of that extra cloud, if you will.
Yeah, it just gives you that premium plush cushion again, like feels like you're running or walking on clouds. And the last thing, just to add on to your guys' technology to give you all of the details, is actually on the outsole. We added this kind of little grooves here. What this is Triflex technology. It goes along with the outsole, but since you have so much cushion, you don't want a shoe that feels super firm, doesn't give you that kind of natural feel. So the shoe does give you a little bit of flexibility, but not too much where your foot's moving too much if you are suffering from that plantar fasciitis. So really awesome shoe here for that Triumph.
Excellent sharing on that shoe. All right, so what's the other one is another hugely popular shoe from Saucony that, of course, we have a newer version that just arrived.
Yeah, so we have your guys' guide. This does exactly like what the name says. It's going to guide you correctly through your run. And again, very exciting. This one came out the same time the Kinvara did, and we have been hearing nothing but positive feedback. So to start off, the guide's a stability shoe, which if anyone listening has seen stability shoes, sometimes they don't look fun. Like you're like, oh, this doesn't look as fast. So we made sure that we pulled out all the stops, made this look nice and sleek and fast, as well as something that you want to wear all the time. So again, we're going to talk about FORMFIT technology. This is where we really updated this shoe, is in the heel. We took down some of this cushion here. We raised it up a bit to give you that locked in feel again. So your foot is nice, kind of in like a bucket seat. It's not going to move. It's going to stay where it needs to. And then we have this nice breathable mesh that's actually adaptable. So say if you're somebody that has like a wider foot or has like a bunion, this is really breathable and it doesn't feel like it's going to be suffocating your foot. And then also, if you guys are running or walking, you know that your feet swell over time. So it's going to still give you room for your toes to splay out naturally with this awesome adaptable upper. Now going into the cushion, this shoe, just like the Triumph, is going to have that topsole. So you can see that kind of neon green and yellow material. So this is the Power Run Plus topsole. That's going to sit right on the top here for you. So you get that luxurious feel right off the back. And then it's going to go into Power Run cushion, which is that everyday cushion that's going to be nice, lightweight, soft underfoot, and still responsive enough so that you can feel it under your foot. The biggest call out in this shoe is this awesome TPU molded structure. What this does, this is what's going to give you that stability. So say if you kind of pronate or you lean in when you're running or walking, this is going to keep you nice and upright, without feeling like a stability shoe. So this TPU structure gives it more of a natural feel because you can see it doesn't go all the way up, so you have some cushion here. So your foot's going to feel just as if you slide it in like the Kinvara ride, but you're still going to get all of the structure and stability that you need. It also adds durability so that this shoe will give you the same amount of stability from the first 5 miles all the way up to that 400, 600 mile range, because it's not going to break down like normal foam would in a stability shoe. So this is your guys' Saucony guide, which you can see my excitement. I'm in love with it.
Yeah, it's once again, another good looking shoe. I like that it's more trimmed down, as you said. I want you to hold up, if you don't mind, Aleighsha, hold up the Triumph and the Saucony together on the screen there. If you want to knock me out of the screen, you can. There you go. So I just want to do a little like, I'm a customer. I'm coming. You can put it down now. I'm a customer and I'm coming in, and I am one of those customers that I don't really know what I want. I just want to wear something that looks good, that feels good. What are some things that you would expect that our active play experts go through with that customer to really identify what shoe is best for them?
So that's where you got to really trust your active play experts. They are going to look at your gait. They're going to properly measure your foot because a fun fact, not everyone is wearing the correct shoe size. So they're going to take the time, they're going to sit down, figure out what you want the shoe for. So if it's more of like a casual walking shoe, just to eliminate foot pain, they're going to find that perfect fit. But say you are trying to tackle your first 5K or marathon, they're going to make sure to get you in a shoe that's going to live up to the lifespan of that, as well as give you added details such as like maybe some training routes or training plans or things that have worked for them and others. So those active play experts are definitely going to give you all of the details. So say you came in and you're like, I have plantar fasciitis. I really just want something with a lot of cushion. I've been running in the Saucony ride and I feel like it's not giving me as much plushness as I want. That's when their mind's going to automatically click because they know all of this, where they're going to grab that Triumph, put it on your foot, and you can walk out within 30 minutes. You're not going to be there all day, like pulling your hair out looking for shoes. They'll do the hard stuff for you.
Yep, absolutely. And then just a quick note, I know we've been putting up Saucony.omegasports.com. You can always go into your neighborhood sports store. Let's say you wanted a particular shoe, or let's say that the active play expert has really identified what shoe fits best for you and what you're trying to accomplish. You can take it in the store. If it's there, if for whatever reason the shoe is not there, or perhaps there's a colorway that you want, they can easily go right into the computer and order one for you and have it delivered right to your home. So we are definitely now, online and in store. We want to give everybody the same experience as you're shopping. If you are in our stores and you want a particular shoe, our active play experts can go ahead and power up that computer and get that over to you, because our goal is to get you exactly what you're looking for. And our online inventory has a lot of enhancements that allow us to really shop for our customers. And we'll happily do it for you. But I want to throw one more question at you, Aleighsha. So if I have been running in a shoe, let's say for 4 years, not the same shoe, but the same model of a shoe, what are some things that you would encourage people to consider in perhaps maybe even upgrading into another model or a different, like maybe even the Endorphin line? What are some things that people should consider, or is it best to stay with your tried and true?
Yeah, a lot of people get stuck staying in that same shoe for years, but you got to think your body's always changing. You're always growing and becoming kind of different. So it's best to go back to those active play experts, tell them again what you're training for, give them like what you've been running in. I know I even used to have people come in and bring their old shoes so I could see where they're sitting. And I know you guys do that as well. So go back in, get fitted, try those shoes out, go to the store and see how they feel, because you don't know, with the new and ever-changing technology, kind of how we talked about, everything's updating. So there's another perfect fit out there.
Yep, absolutely. And then of course, the question that everybody always wants to ask, so I'm going to ask it because I'm like everybody: how frequently should I change my running shoes out?
Yeah, if you're not keeping track of miles, my best rule of thumb is about every year. If you're keeping track of miles, majority of shoes last anywhere from around like 400 to 600 miles. The easiest way to tell if shoes are kind of a dud is right here on your shoe. This is going to be really worn out, flattened down, or if you're starting to feel some aches and pains, that just means go get some new shoes, avoid that injury.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to also recognize that shoes are not made to last forever. They're made for movement, they're made for activity, and they're made for the grind. And so it's to help you with your goals and what you want to do, whether it's, you're running a 5K, you're running a half marathon, whatever it is, or you just need a shoe to run every day in. They don't last forever. So definitely make sure that you're getting fitted for the right shoe so that you can get the optimal performance of the shoe, and then be aware that you're going to need to, because ideally you're using it to the point where you should replace it.
Yeah, definitely. I know, for example, I replace mine and I actually rotate mine. So it's always a good rule of thumb to also have 2 different styles, or just 2 of the same model, just so that you can rotate them. So they're kind of getting a break to come back to life again. So, but yeah, for me, I replace mine about every 4 months, just depending on how many miles I'm tackling during those months.
Yep, absolutely. And then of course, when you have such a great neighborhood sports store with fantastic experts in there, it makes it easy to want to replace your shoes, right?
Yeah, you want to go in and see people like Daisy or Cleo smiling, and it builds that community. And it's kind of funny. That's what brings Saucony to want to work with people like Omega, is that you guys bring that good community where people can come in, be trusted, and get the products they need to go and tackle life.
There you go. All right. Well, so we've talked about, your tried and true models. That was the Triumph and the Guide. And then, of course, we started the show with the Endorphin line. We started the show with Kinvara. Anything exciting that you can share with us? And I'm going to be begging you. I know you can't tell us everything, but give the folks watching, what are some great, exciting things that people need to be, of course, coming to Omega Sports for?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you way in advance, the Endorphin lines are going to have even more exciting updates to make them faster. I can't give you any more details than that, but especially the Freedom. This is one that's coming out here in the next month or two, I believe. And the Freedom has some exciting updates to the cushion to actually match the Endorphin series. So keep your eye out for that if you are a Freedom lover and want that shoe for all kind of sports, basically. Yeah, those are my little tidbits I can share.
All right. Well, I want to give a shout out to Ann, who's watching. Ann says, great advice on rotating shoes. Ann's a big fan of that, so I appreciate that. And hopefully, Ann, you're rotating those shoes out by coming to Omega Sports and getting your newer pair. You don't have to tell me, Ann. It's okay. You don't have to put it in comments if you're coming in, but you should. All right. Well, Aleighsha, I want to thank you for spending the hour with us. I know it's been jam-packed. You gave a lot of great information. We're going to get this information typed up, get it ready. We're going to obviously replay the video or this show. We're going to replay it on Saturday for the folks on Instagram and all of our other channels. By that time, we'll have everything typed up and ready for everyone to really have some good takeaways from each one of these shoes that you've shared your time with explaining.
Yeah, thank you guys. And everyone be sure to go out to the Icon event. It'll be a fun 80s event this weekend.
There you go. That's right. One more plug for Daisy and the North Hills team. There is a fun scavenger hunt. Let's just say it's a scavenger hunt. You come to North Hills, you have some fun things that you can do. You can dress up and celebrate the 80s, whether you're a millennial or not. You can come and enjoy the 80s celebrations, and then you can go out and do the scavenger hunt through a fantastic shopping community like North Hills, and you can win some fantastic prizes. Aleighsha, thank you again for spending the day with us. It's been fun. Thank you for being our first guest on our season premiere of the Omega Sports Show. We are going to be here every Wednesday, guys. Make sure you join us every Wednesday, and then every rewatch on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Aleighsha, you have a great day. Stay out of those rivers.
Will do. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys, it's been a great show. We love having our brand experts joining us. I love spending time with Saucony. It's been fantastic. We've got some fun things coming up, even more with Saucony. And of course, you've heard us tease about Seriously Saucony. Well, we're serious about Seriously Saucony. It's happening, so get ready. You guys have a great week. We'll see you on the other side.